Hello, one and all, and welcome to the Saturday afternoon stream on the Practical IT channel. Today we are going to be doing, one thing that's a little bit different. As some of you might know, I have registered a new domain for a website, and we're going to at least get some preliminary things done for the website. We probably won't build anything today, but I have purchased, which is why I was a couple minutes late. I purchased automatic CSS and the bricks builder. I have recently become aware of both of these and am quite interested in them as something a little bit more forward thinking with my work with WordPress, which is mainly for my own websites these days. So, since I've got the purchases made, we will go ahead and get the stuff downloaded and we will get it installed on the new WordPress instance. And we'll take a little poke around some of the back end stuff. So that's where we're kind of going with this. So um, I guess to start off things, I would like to know if uh, since I played around with the lighting, I noticed I've got shadow on this side of me up here, right there. But is the lighting any better or worse than it was the last time we were streaming? I've repositioned the ring light that I've got over here. I do not have the suggested lighting that Mr. Joe was kind enough to give me the links for, but trying to make better use of what I've got. So yeah, just let me know if it's any better. So all right, let's take a look and see who is in the chat. And I would expect no less. David Grishko is first in the chat. Originally arrived a little after 3 o'clock. I hadn't even got out of work yet. I made it, but I can't stay, as you know. I'll watch the VOD version later. Very cool. Ezra made it in. And TVJ says, for the record, my PCI pass-through failed me, but I am trying it again with a different card to see if it was the card. Nice. Yeah, you like that? Well, I suppose if you have a seizure because of that, it's of your own doing, being a glutton for punishment or something. Yeah, seizure inducing. The music is nuts. Well, hey, music is for people who smoked a lot of herb. It's supposed to be like space techno, think like Tron or uh, not really 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't know. There's a number of movies that had similar uh music to that. My bowel is just released without warning due to this music. How loud do you have the music, Joe? We all want to know. Ooh, a poke. Lighting is 10% better. Okay, well, I'll take that as an improvement. Okay, background light. Hello, Bella. Welcome in. Background light on the wall is a little intense. If you can lower the power, I would. Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, turn that down a bit. Let me know if that's any better. Shouldn't be quite as bright. And Ashley's here. Welcome. Sitting on the speaker. Well, if I'm not even going to say it. Whatever floats your boat, sir. Whatever floats your boat. Uh, all right. All right. Welcome in, Ashley. And Alonzo is here. There was a brown note in the music. Okay. Let's jump over to the other screen and we'll go through the WordPress stuff first. And then with whatever time we've got left after we push through that, then we will get into playing with some Docker stuff and see what we can do with our machine that I set up for the last demo. So let's share the screen. And we're going to do this. And I'll just go ahead and make that full screen. Okay, so Bricks Builder. We'll just come back here. Bricks Builder is adding on top of WordPress and giving you some interesting, and compared to like Elementor and Divi and some of these others, a little more modern take on some of this stuff. So Bricks, I've watched several tutorials on this, and just watching that much and its integration with automatic CSS, which we'll look at in a minute, it just kind of clicked in my head. Whereas I never have really felt like some of the other ones really clicked with me. And for my own projects, this is going to be perfect. I have bought in at the price where I can do 3 websites, which I've got another website I'm intending to redo hopefully this year. So this kind of gives me a little bit of incentive to work on a project on the relatively cheap. But yeah, it's got some nice stuff going on here. And this, I'll throw this in the chat. Bricksbuilder.io. And yeah, it's one of the things that has really interested me in this. And as I'm gearing up to redo the website for the library, is that it's got the menu builder built in, and it doesn't just do your typical single line menus with drop downs. This will do a mega menu without extra plugins. So I'm really wrapping my head around this idea, especially for the library, of doing the mega menu thing. But if I can be a testing ground for that and go in with a solid plan, hey, we need to buy these 2 plugins and we can, really start pushing things forward, then I'm all for it. So anyway, that's a little bit about Bricks Builder. Automatic CSS gives you, we'll open up their main page. This gives you some pre-named CSS. I don't know if you'd call them classes or whatever. I haven't been eyeballs deep in web design in a bunch of years, so don't blame me if I don't get the terminology exactly correct. Anyway, what they've done is they've taken an approach that um, will give you some flexibility using sort of a t-shirt sizing paradigm, right? From extra small to extra large, and you can make things responsive. And one of my pet peeves being um, making sure sites work well on mobile. This paradigm that they've got in place, I believe, is going to help my cause on making that happen. So anyway, um, so this they've got this little slider here. So you start off with the size for desktop, and you've got tablet size, and then you've got everything scaled down for a smartphone, right? So again, they've got these interesting little um, demo things on their site that you can go through, and there are other things that you can play with as well uh, through their various pieces of documentation and whatnot. So, anyways, that's kind of a overview of what um, I'm going to be using for this new site. So currently, this is just a bare bones um, WordPress install, and to prove that, there's your bare bones out of the box WordPress website. That there's pretty much nothing there. It's just demo stuff, giving you an idea of what it can do out of the box. And anybody that's worked with WordPress knows that, without layering some pieces on top, um, WordPress can be a little clunky to work with sometimes. Um, but that's all right. Um, Give me just a second. One of my purchases for one of these pieces got flagged as potentially fraudulent on my credit card. And so I had to reply to that to make sure it's okay. All right. Um, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the Bricks site. We are going to download the Bricks theme. And I am going to put that in downloads, but I'm going to put this in a folder called like my video. And we're going to save that. And we're also going to download the child theme into the same folder. And then we'll come over here to automatic CSS and repeat the process. So this is just the newest version is 2.8.1. And we'll save that there as well. So far, so good. So now we come back over to our dashboard for WordPress, and we are going to come into appearance and themes. And we're going to add a new theme. Upload theme, browse, And we're going to go to downloads and like my video, and we're going to do the bricks theme. We're going to say install now. Maybe that needs a minute. Okay. And we're going to activate that. And then before we go any further, we're going to go back to appearance, and we are going to, let's see, we activate license. All right, I'm taking this off screen for the moment, and I'm going to bring in my license for this. And we'll make this go relatively quick. Activate license. Okay, so that's happy now. I can bring this back on screen. And we'll go back to appearance, and we're going to add new theme, upload theme, and we're going to do the bricks child theme. Install now and activate. Okay, so we've got bricks installed, and so this is kind of cool. They've got their little getting started guide. There's some best practices and all that fun stuff. How editing with bricks works. And so a lot of it is setting up templates and different things that you can use over and over again. Thus, the idea being bricks, as in, Lego bricks or bricks for a brick wall, what have you. And then they talk about templates and features and roadmap and get in touch with them. That's fine. So we can take a look at templates. And it does give you the option to import templates. If you've got something from another site, there's all kinds of fun settings like that, a little bigger so people can see this. You can load Gutenberg data into bricks, Gutenberg being the built-in editor for WordPress, also known as the block editor. Um, who can do SVG uploads? I'm going to just say administrator on that one. And there's some things that I'm not going to play with right at the moment, but nice things to have in here. And so we're going to go ahead and save that. Builder access. So administrator obviously has full access. Editor, I'm going to say, can edit content. So if I add a secondary user besides my main user, I can set that to edit things. And we'll leave the rest of that alone for the time being. Templates. Disable default templates, public templates, enable to make your templates public and viewable by anyone online. Don't really want to do that. I think right now we can leave this alone. And at some point in the future, I will take a look at the remote templates and see where we might be able to go with that. Here are things for the builder. Disable autosave. Builder mode is set to dark. Everything else is pretty typical of what you would use in a WordPress site. Performance. You can do different things with emojis and lazy loading and jQuery and all this kind of fun stuff. Maintenance mode. So we could enable maintenance mode, put a coming soon banner on it. And the template is the default, and logged in users can bypass maintenance mode. So that's all good. And then there are API keys for different fonts and maps, plugins, and CAPTCHA, Cloudflare, Turnstile, MailChimp, SendGrid, Facebook, and Instagram. Most of those I will not be using for this particular site, but that's all right. So now if we come over here, I'm logged in, so that comes up the way it's supposed to. Very basic at the moment, but if we go into a private window, it's going to give you the coming soon message, which is kind of what I want until I'm ready to launch this thing. So that's kind of nice to have that built into Bricks. Okay, so the other piece of the puzzle here is my plugin that I'm going to add. And we're going to upload a plugin. And we're going to add automatic CSS. Install now. It's doing something in the corner. Okay, we've uploaded that and activate plugin. Okay. So now we've got automatic CSS set up. Kind of cool is their cheat sheet. So what did we have? This is, I guess, the old version. They're working on updating this currently, but this is what I was kind of talking about a little earlier. They've got a lot of selectors. Is the terminology I was looking for. My apologies for not. I guess it is of type class, but they've got all these selectors already pre-programmed with a category, and it gives you a description. Sets flex or grid content to container baseline. And so this is going to help a lot, having this stuff all pre-built. Background, accent, medium. And just as an example, this one here sets accent medium shade as background color. And then they've got all kinds of opacity backgrounds with different percentages. Just really kind of clicked in my head how this was all going to work, and just to make things very fluid and consistent. Consistent is really what I'm looking for here. So, but yeah, just all kinds of things that I think are going to be very helpful going forward. So if we jump back over here, we can come down to automatic CSS. And it should load that here pretty quick. So right off, it's establishing a content width. Set a minimum content width first field and maximum content width second field. So the big thing that in all the videos I've watched the past few days is that you want to make sure that your settings for the website dimensions in automatic CSS is set to the same value or value pairs as what you have in your builder. So bricks in this case. There's also, you can add an XXL breakpoint. So we might turn that one on. And so as you can see here, we've got XL is 1280 pixels wide. XXL is 1440. So should have a good amount of breathing room on most um, desktop monitors. But then it gives you things for um, phones and tablets as you get into the smaller sizes. And if you really wanted to, you could add the extra small breakpoint as well. And breakpoints being how your columns of website pieces are going to um, reassemble themselves into a single column for mobile type applications. So pretty cool stuff there. We'll save that and we'll take a look at a couple of these other ones, and then I'll take a look in chat and see if we've completely lost people going off the rails doing website stuff in this live stream, or if people are still hanging out. So website color scheme. The scheme of your main design, primarily light or primarily dark. So I'm actually going to change this to dark because I've got an idea for what I want to do with this. So use prefers color scheme. Use at media prefers color scheme for color schemes recommended if using dark light. So I'll come back to that one. Anyway, so and then you've got your action, your primary, secondary, accent, and base colors, neutral, contextual colors. And as I showed in that the spreadsheet here, when it comes to your colors, it automatically calculates those different shades. So you're transparent by 10%, 20 up to 90. So this is, I don't know, I'm geeking out over this. So maybe people don't find this quite as interesting, but I assure you we will get to playing with some Docker stuff in a bit. All right. So I really like the fact that they've taken the documentation to the extra point of telling you what these colors are supposed to be used for. Action color of your website used for buttons and links. And bring myself on for just a minute here. I do that. Lost the other one. There we go. So I happened to find from, I think this was I don't know if I was in grad school or if I had this from my one of my undergraduate classes. I have the Go Explorer coded Pantone, Pantone color schemes. And so I've got That's not gonna work. Okay, so we'll put it up here. Um, Purple open to where I'm at. So I'm gonna have a play with this, but this gives you the values in RGB. So I'm gonna have to make sure that uh, those might be hex colors above. I'd have to double check these. But anyways, I'm gonna play with this. Gonna play with this. So yeah. Um, let's take a look at the chat. So let's see. Jay says not a big deal, but the background light is still a little intense. Could use some diffusion. Um, okay. I don't really have a diffuser for that light. I any of my lights really. They've got these plastic. Take this off. They've got these plastic diffuser type pieces on them. Otherwise, it's just straight LED panels. But yeah, so I can turn that light down. I'll do that in a few minutes. Um, that music was fraudulent. It's the same music I've been using at the beginning of my last several streams. I don't know how it turned into having brown notes now, but we'll see. Still here. What's the website going to be used for? So my intent with this website was that obviously it's a play on my name, like my video, right? So my intent is to use it to as a promotional tool for my YouTube stuff. But eventually, I may also add to it a members only section so that I can do webinars that are broadcast right on the website, which is something that I can do with um, StreamYard on air, their webinar slash private video platform. So because they give you embed codes that you can use for all that. So that's my thought process behind the website. It's just going to live on shared hosting. It was a matter of being able to get the domain name for like $9 for the first year, and yeah, that's kind of my plan at the moment. So, and in a few minutes here, I'm going to have to go get another cup of coffee. So, um, could just pull it away from the wall more and move it to be more behind your chair so we don't see the center of the light. Okay, let me try that. Is that better? Maybe. I just got to make sure I don't roll over it with the chair when I go to back up to go get coffee. um, look in the back of your color swatch. Mine has a table. My swatch is a little thicker as I'm a designer, so there's nothing at the back, but at the front, Pantone Go. Color palette creation. Let's see. And it tells you about the Pantone numbering system. So I think so it gives me two values for it. One's the Pantone value, and the other is the RGB value. Um, so um, yeah, this was probably from my undergraduate degree because this has a 2008 copyright on it. But for what I'm going to do, and being a very amateur-ish web person, I guess you could say, um, it'll work. And if I need to convert it to hex, then there are plenty of um, conversion tools online where I can do that fairly easily. So cool. And Jacob made it. Welcome, Jacob. Glad to have you as part of the motley crew that we've got assembled tonight. Okay, so let's bring this one. Yeah, sure, we'll use that for the moment. Um, anyway, so you can do different things with palettes, and this is cool because it gives you primary shades. So you start with your base color specified here, and that automatically gives you um, the different shades of that same color. So this seems like a very attractive feature to me. So and then of course you've got with the secondary colors, you've got the colors, and then you've got the secondary transparencies, which um, 10 to 90% for the main color. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. And of course, for your accent color, you get the same sort of thing. This case being some greens, which these are definitely going to get changed. Your base color and shades, that's a very dark blue, although it almost looks black on the previous screen. Um, so there's that. And of course, you get the corresponding transparencies there, along with your neutral and your contextual colors. Success. You've got one labeled danger, which is shades of red ish. Warning, which should be yellow. And info, which is going to be shades of blue. And so yeah, that's all kind of the color scheme piece. Contextual utilities. So again, you've got the descriptors as listed. Um, Font sizing, um, base heading size is 16 pixels for small devices, 18 for others. And then you've got the scale values for desktop and mobile, which I think this is going to be a game changer in the way I approach building websites. And it actually might just get me interested in building websites for other people again. Um, to recap what I've done with website stuff. I started by teaching myself HTML in 1998. I think it was HTML 3.2 at the time. Um, and I was getting pretty into that. And then all the big pushes came for database driven stuff. And I hit the brakes hard and left it alone for about 4 years before starting to dabble a little bit with it again. But um, I have to do some work with it in my day job. So I thought, well, why not get a um, little taste for some of the more modern stuff that's going on now. There's additional styling, there's accessibility stuff built in, which is another reason that I wanted to dabble with this. Um, so yeah, this is, oh, excuse me, this is very new, very different for me. It's going to take me a little while to really get up to speed with it, but there are loads of videos on YouTube talking about the bricks builder and um, automatic CSS, or ACSS as it's known a lot of times. Um, and so yeah, I'm really I'm more excited about this setup on this particular site than I am about any other site that I've got back end access to at the moment. So um who knows? I may be, doing some crazy late nights and early mornings doing web stuff for the next few weeks just to at least get a base version of this new site up. So we'll save that. I don't think I made any changes, but since the last time I saved, anyways. But that settings updated and 3 CSS files modified, apparently. Okay, so if we come back to home, um, nothing it's complaining about on the site health status. And just for the sake of argument, let's go over to pages and we'll add a new page. Quit out of that. We're just going to call this home. And we are going to set it. Need to do any page attributes here. No. Auto draft. So we are going to edit with bricks. And it's going to load up Bricks Builder. So this is where I'm going to be spending my time for a while. I'm not really ready to jump into doing it live at the moment, but um, I'm kind of excited to play with this. It's really quite responsive. It's clean looking, at least in my eyes, and yeah. So anyway, um, that's what I'm gonna be working with for a while. So um, toggle on and off the structure. Um, they do have community templates that um, could be used to build um, a site or parts of a page. Um, And I'm just going to have to experiment with some of this stuff because this is, like I said, all new to me. Um, so we'll say we want, I don't know, we'll do a header. And there is a header um, template contains a theme style. Would you like to import it? I'm going to say no. That's their content tab template. So anyway, um, we'll be playing a little bit more with this. Obviously, I don't have a menu set up yet, but this is just a very basic um, overview of what we can do with Bricks Builder. And I may jump into this a little bit more in a future video. And once I've got a little bit more acclimated to it. But yeah, I've been doing website stuff on and off since 1998. And yeah, so this is going to be fun to play with. We'll save the draft and we'll just um, there's our preview without an image on it. Um, so that's all right. Anyway, that's about what I had anticipated doing with um, Bricks Builder and automatic CSS for this stream. And so I'm going to jump back over to the chat for a moment, and then I'm going to go refill my coffee before I jump into some Docker stuff. So let's see what we've got going on in chat. What time is it there? Currently, I have 5:51 p.m. So I would normally do the Saturday stream at 2:30 p.m., but I had to put it off until 5 because this was my last Saturday for the winter slash spring months that I had to work. So that's why the time is a little different. Something people should bear in mind is the use of colors and their interaction. For those site difficulties, including color and RP. Yes. Yeah. So there are different approaches to dealing with that. And I've got something in mind already. So I'm not terribly worried about it. Um, WordPress, for instance, has plugins to give easy access to turning it into a grayscale page or adding extra emphasis to things or what have you for those who may have vision issues, as well as adding a few enhancements for screen readers and whatnot. So I'm aware of those things. I'm not terribly worried about them at this point. Um, so, but yes, those are good things to keep in mind. Um, my rule of thumb has always been dark text on a light background or light text on a dark background, and things can be scaled one way or the other. And there are toggle switches for high contrast and things of that nature that um, I can add as a plugin later on. So all right. I am going to step away for just a moment to grab another cup of coffee because it's been a long day already, and then we will see about playing with some Docker stuff for a while and um, We got about another hour and change to go in the stream. I'm going to plan on ending this at 7 p.m. Eastern, which will get us to our 2-hour mark and maybe just a hair over. So I'm going to throw up a banner here, or overlay rather, and I'm going to go grab another hot cup of coffee. I will return momentarily. All right, I'm back. And so before I move on to the Docker part, I wanted to share something that I got. When did I get this in the mail? Couple of days ago. So I had been seeing advertisements for, and after reading about it and reading some reviews, I decided, what the hell, let's give overnight oats a try. So I've got myself a box. I've got one in the refrigerator already for tomorrow. That'll be my third one out of the box. But they've got some pretty interesting flavors. And these are gluten-free and non-GMO. And just for the sake of argument, no, Oats Overnight is not in any way sponsoring this video. But I thought some of these flavors were kind of cool. And you put these in their shaker cup with 8 ounces of milk, let it sit overnight. And the two I've tried so far, they haven't been half bad. I could actually get used to this in the morning. So we've got Boston cream pie, 290 calories. It's got 20 grams of protein. Some of these are going to be duplicates. Cookie butter, 300 calories. Salted toffee, 290 calories. Looks like all of these are 20 grams of protein. Birthday cake, 280 calories. And it's a duplicate. Dark chocolate sea salt, 240 calories. Woo! That only has 10 grams of protein in it. Mocha Dream. Oh, this even has 100 milligrams of caffeine. 290 calories. Green apple cinnamon. 270 calories. S'mores, I've tried this one. This is pretty good. 300 calories, 22 grams of protein. Blueberry cobbler. Another one that sounds pretty darn good. 260 calories, 20 grams of protein. It's another blueberry cobbler. Cheech and Chong's favorite, space brownie. 260 calories. Chocolate chip cookie dough. 280 calories. Cinnamon roll. 250 calories. This is a subscriber exclusive flavor in development. This is red velvet cupcake, 250 calories. I think the rest of these are going to be duplicates, duplicate. Oh, these down here. Cookies and cream, 280 calories. Everything else is duplicates, but as with some other people, I am trying to make some lifestyle changes, I guess you could call it. Getting out walking more and changing what and how I'm eating. And this is one aspect of that. So I will keep everybody posted how this goes, but I'm liking it so far. I think the one for tomorrow is sugar cookie flavored, but we'll see. I'll have to double check on which one I put in the shaker cup. So, anyways, yeah. Caffeine. Hey, Ezra. Good question. Sea Prince is in the UK. Where is everybody else hailing from? I think most of us are US based. And there might be one or two exceptions somewhere out there. I am feeling much better. My dental appointment is on Tuesday, and we'll see how this new dentist decides to torture me in new and exciting ways, and what I've got in store for me. But the antibiotics have done me a world of good. I've been assured by my coworkers that I'm not nearly as puffy as I was at the beginning of the week when the infection was running a little wild there for a minute and caused me not to do the Wednesday stream. So I'm in Kathmandu. Nice, Joe. Nice. Let's see. Is it really overnight if you only sleep 3 hours? Well, so I put it in the refrigerator before I started the stream. So it's already been in there more than an hour. The dark chocolate sea salt oatmeal you should make into a cookie. That's a thought. That's a thought. I have a BA oatmeal cookie recipe from Milk Bar I can send you. Nice. Making an active effort to cut out beef in addition to all the sugar I cut out. So far, much better. Good. I'm happy to hear that. I haven't been eating a lot of beef lately myself. Mostly when I have meat, it's been chicken and pork. But with the dental issues I've been suffering from, it's been a lot of pasta. Last night I had We were having a send off for a coworker who is moving to California, and so we went to a local bar and grill type place in Eaton Rapids, and uh, they had what was it? Um, it wasn't jalapeno. It was pepper jack, um, chicken and pasta, and oh my gosh, was that good! It wasn't cheap, but it was good. So, um, that was enjoyable, and I was a little bad, and I had a rum and coke with dinner, but um, yeah, going out with coworkers is not always my idea of fun, so I had to deal somehow. So, especially since I'm going to be back to starting Monday, I'll be back to being the only male on the staff at the library. So hopefully they'll throw me a bone and get another guy in there to work with. And David has made it. Uh, no worries on being tardy. It's all good. We spent the first part of the stream looking at some WordPress stuff and some a theme and a plugin that I'm going to be using for the new site. Excuse me. So, uh, yeah. When is weigh-in? Monday. And as of when I was on the scale this morning, I had gone up 0.7 pounds, but hopefully I can get out for a walk tomorrow and um, take care of that. Don't you only have 3 employees anyways? We had six. We're down to five right now. We're down to five. Um, so all right. So Docker stuff. Open up a new tab and we'll open up as well. I guess we don't need to do that. Hmm, let me see. Uh, I had opened. We're going to do this. We're going to drag that to a new window, and then we will bring this up on screen. So, um, as you may be aware, lately I have been using Dockage, or however the heck you want to pronounce that, Dockge. Um, I use. Did I lock myself out? Um, well, maybe we won't be using that. So this is an alternative to say Portainer and Yacht, and it comes from the same guy that does Uptime Kuma. And since I've been impressed with Uptime Kuma over the last year or 18 months that I've been using it on and off, um, and after seeing a few videos with Dockage, I decided to give it a spin. And since I don't use Docker on a daily basis, I find that this, again, I'm going to use the terminology. It clicks in my head. So, um, to each their own. If you like Portainer better or Yacht or what have you, maybe you're a Kubernetes person, more power to you. I'm doing this at home, and occasionally I do some Docker stuff for the library, mostly for my own use at the library. But Dockage does what I need it to do, and has worked pretty well so far. So, um, in particular, the thing I like is that you can paste in the Docker compose, and it will do some formatting and other things to it for you. So, um, what does it do? It's a front end to Docker, which is a container technology, where you can run applications that are, what's the best way to describe this? Sandboxed from other things on your machine. And um, so they're easy to recreate. The data is separated from the rest of the application in such a fashion that if you need to reinstall the application, your data can remain intact, or you can back it up easily. Um, so it's a great use case for um, home labs, but it goes way beyond that. A lot of larger companies are using Docker and Podman and other similar or related technologies to run containers at scale for whatever purposes they have. So, um, let me see here. What the heck was my username? Nope. Did I not save that? I don't know what I did. So we'll go over to the terminal, and we'll make this a little bit bigger, and we'll connect into um, oops, 221. Okay, there are a few updates. We won't worry about those right this moment. But the equivalent things going on behind the scenes, we can look at what Docker containers are running. And you can see here that I've got open speed test and dockage. So that's all I've got running on that machine. And if we do htop, you'll see that it's using the operating system, and the two containers that are running all together are using only 349 megabytes out of 2 gig. So, and the um, load level, load averages are at 0 currently. So, but we've hit upon a good learning moment here, in that um, I can we can take a look at how we reset the password for Dockage if you have lost it. Um, and I would not be surprised if there's something about this here. Um, let's see. So we come over here. Opt stacks. And that's just got open speed test in it. So we'll go into Dockage. And it's got the compose and it's got data. So I'm going to take this off screen for just a moment, or at least make myself full screen. And I'm going to take a look at those files and make sure there's nothing sensitive listed in them. There's nothing about a password in there. And so we'll and here for a moment. They're worth looking at. And that has database stuff in it. And let's see if there's a password listed. Because I, for the life of me, don't remember what I set my password to. And obviously, I didn't save it in my password manager, which was my fault. So the other way I can go about finding that out is we'll do it this way. And we'll throw that back up on screen for the moment. So, some of you may have seen this video, the Open SSH on Windows 11, currently available for subscribers only until Monday. Excuse me, for members only until Monday. And that will release Monday morning. But we come into this video. Hello, everybody. Let's turn the volume off on that. And we should be able to scrub through this just a bit. And see what I used for a username. All right. So was it quite as helpful as I wanted it to be, but we'll see if we can figure this out. So I had the username correctly. Yeah, that's not going to help. Okay, so let's try. I do not have caps lock on. Yeah. Okay. So we are in Dockage now. So before we go further, we will take a quick look through chat. We've got I like Portainer because it has a web interface, 2FA SSO. You can manage Kubernetes, other Docker nodes, etc. I don't know about Kubernetes, but I'm not using it. And as far as other Docker nodes, Dockage can do that. I've not gone down the road of 2FA with this yet. So that is something I'm interested in. But usually my Docker hosts are up long enough to build a few demos, and then I kill them and end up rebuilding stuff. So that's um, my other consideration um, that I've got, and this will not match everybody's use case, and I'm well aware of that. But um, the one use case that I've got to sort of look out for is ease of documentation as far as me building custom documentation to hand off to my non-technical coworkers should I get hit by the proverbial bus that was used in the IT classes I took many years ago. Um, my director, the library director, could probably take my notes and sit down and do minimal things with stuff I've got set up, or at least have it as a starting point to push forward from, or get a consultant in for, or some such thing. Um, the rest of my coworkers, probably not so much. So, given that this is pretty clean looking and easy to get around and things of that nature, I at this point I'm sticking with Dockage, but I've used Portainer, I've used Yacht, I've used Doc Starter, um, I've made videos on several of these over the past 3, 4, or 5 years. But yeah, so um, let's see. Um, so Linux server.io is sort of the source of truth for a lot of people when it comes to doing um, Docker stuff, right? Um, at least as far as excuse me, at least as far as a baseline. You'll see that many of these have a build time in 2024. And if they're deprecated, they're clearly marked as such. But um, many of these I don't use. So I'm trying to find something that I would use or I would at least like to experiment with. Um, let's see. What do we want to play with? What is endless sh? See if we can get a little information about this. Container information. Basic examples for getting this image running as a container. So this is restart no, container name, image. And so this is pretty basic. We can probably just take this. Um, one of the things I do like about Dockage is that we can copy what you would normally execute on the terminal. Um, bring it over here. We can add compose. Um, And if I remember correctly, if we paste this in and do save, thought that it was going to, this is save. Um, Usually it does a conversion. Maybe I'm probably doing something wrong. So um, we'll grab we'll grab this version and we'll bring that over here. Unless sh2, we'll save that. And we will go ahead and start that one. And it's going to pull down the needed image and container endless sh started. And so let's look at documentation for that. Oh, that's probably not something we want anyways, for demonstration purposes. SSH tarpid that slowly sends an endless banner. Yeah, we probably don't want to try to demo that, or I'll probably lock myself out of something. That's all right. But that's just an example of how easy it can be to get things up and running. So let's take a look at something else out here. We'll close that window. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I can run a fresh RSS on my network just as a demonstration. March 6, 2024. So that's 3 days ago. Container information. Copy that. We'll make a new compose. Fresh RSS. Over here. We'll paste that in. Save it. Nothing special needed for this. So we'll go ahead and start it. And again, it's pulling the image down. And yeah, so does it tell us what port it's running on? Brought to you by Linux Server IO. Generating self-signed keys. Fine, no custom files found. Skipping. And it's saying done. So let's take a look over here again. And it doesn't really tell us a whole awful lot. I'm doing real great tonight. So let's see if we come out to their GitHub site. What do they have to say over here? And they actually give us something a little bit different to play with. And with the port numbers and the time zones, which we don't absolutely need necessarily, but we've got a base up and running. Um, so we'll stop that and play a little bit with this. We'll come over here to edit and um, hmm. We can take this, and this is what I was thinking. Put that in here. Save. It was why is it not? All right, we'll revert that. Okay. We are going to add port, and this says 8080 to port 80 on the container. And we're going to change restart. We're going to say unless stopped. What else do we want to do? It might be enough to do what we want. We're going to save that. And we're going to update. Failed to pull. Please check terminal output. Additional property port is not allowed. Okay. We'll edit that. We'll take port out. Save that. And see if it'll start now. And it appears to be started just fine. And 80 doesn't give you anything. And let's see. 8080. Okay. So we still don't have it quite right, but um that can be a project for another day. So chat's kind of quiet tonight. Installing 48 terabytes right now for my Proxmox server. Very cool. Napster downloads. Napster. Joe. All right. So Docker is a little bit of a bust tonight, but we can we'll go for one more. We'll see if we can get something else here running. Container info. Hmm, let's see, what else do we have? Um, Libre speed. Sure. That's another speed test option. Um, just for grins. Well, I like that download speed. Upload speed, not so much, but I am streaming, so um, guess that's not the worst I've had. Um, I wish I had fiber available in this area. Do we have anything closer to me than New York? Doesn't appear so. Atlanta is going to be further away. Let's see. California is going to be way further away. Uh, yeah, not so impressed with Libre speed, but um, maybe just for the sake of argument, we'll grab this anyways. Um, why not? Libre speed. Throw that in there. Save it. And it's starting fine. Um, so what we could do is come over here and check this. So Fresh RSS and Libre Speed are both on port 80, is what this is telling me. And Open Speed Test is on port 3000. Well, that's Libre Speed isn't going to do us any good because that's going to um, not work if Fresh RSS is running. um, so yeah, that doesn't give me anything. Open speed test still works, so that's haven't screwed that up at least. Um, so I guess we can get rid of Fresh RSS, which didn't get working anyways. And just stop that for the moment. And then maybe we can load up Libre Speed if that's on their website. Like 80. It shouldn't be on 443, but no, that's not. Something's not working right. Probably missing something simple. But regardless, for tonight, I'm not feeling like futzing with it too awful much. Anyway, um, So one of the things they added relatively recently. Um, so we've got our primary host name. For security, you can disable authentication, which I wouldn't want to do. It does not look like this has any 2FA or SSO stuff built in at this point in time. Which, yeah. So, kind of want to see the change log if they've got one handy here. A little smaller just so I can get around. And then I can make it bigger a little later. So the latest version came out on January 21st of this year. 13 total releases. This I think just started last fall. Um dun, 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 placeholder. Initial support for multiple dockage instances. So that was added beginning of this year. So um, and then, of course, similar to the way Proxmox works, um, you can, if they're connected together, you can connect to Dockage 1 and it will let you manage um, containers on Dockage 2, 3, and 4 right from the main interface. So, similar to the way a Proxmox cluster would work. Um, so anyway, just curious, when did they do their initial release? 1.1 was November. Maybe it was okay. 1.0 was November 11th of 2023. So this project isn't even 6 months old yet. So uh, I I don't expect it to have feature parity with Yacht or Portainer or anything overnight. But I will give the developer credit. Um, he's made a lot of progress since he did the initial release of this. So, let's see. How's the internet? It is still working great. Um, I'm very happy that I made the switch. Um, it's nice to have that set up and know that if they stay true to their claims, at least the claims of the installer, as more people move into the area, my upload speed should actually improve. My download speed might get worse, but upload should improve as they start upgrading things. Yes, I did get your two emails. When I received them, I was in a good deal of pain from some dental work that I need to have taken care of, and I just didn't have the patience to sit in front of the computer and respond to emails. I will try to get to those soon, as far as replies. 1004 download minus 20-ish, and upload is 1 to 11. Yuck. Which is the best upload download speed test thing? Just thought you could do a little video about it. So that's a hard question for me to answer, because speed test servers are going to be, the ones closer to you are going to be better, right? So what I might perceive as the best speed test utility, being here in the US, may very well not be what you would use as the best or most performant speed test utility being in the UK. So I tend to like um, open speed test, in large part because it's free. It's got no Flash or Java. Of course, Flash is dead, but they've had this advertising, um, part of their marketing for years. Um, the This works well for me. Um, um, there are also, um, to come back over to the terminal for a moment. There are also um, terminal based speed test utilities that you can run. This happens to be the one by Ookla, and I do believe it runs on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. Um, but I'll show you in a moment here. Um, this is grabbing Detroit, Michigan as the server that it found by default. Dash cap S. No, probably not. Dash L is the uh, flag I was looking for. So this is going to give me a list of the servers that are closest to me. Um, so I may do a video on this and just go through a couple of the web-based options, as well as the speed test utility that you can run from the command line. Um, you know, um, the top ones here, these top three are really, well, top four, I guess. Really, none of these are that far from me. So these are probably going to be the closest ones to me. Greenville may be closer than Detroit, but that's all right. Since I am on Comcast, that's not a bad way to go. Um, and then once you have the list of servers, they've got the IDs next to them. So if you wanted to test with a different um, server, it does let you specify that. Um, um, Let me do. Um, okay. So dash lowercase s is for server ID. Um, so then it will actually test against the server that you specified. So um, yeah, that's that, I guess. But that's a good idea. C Prince, putting this together as a um, standalone video would not be a bad idea. All right. I am going to put myself back on screen and we'll start to wrap this up. We'll hit the 2 hour mark, but then I think I'm ready to go vegetate in front of the TV for at least an hour um, before I move on to another project, potentially recording another video. And um, I'm a little off track as far as the um, March content challenge thing. I'm going to try to make up the deficit of videos, which I think is two maybe. I'll probably put out some shorts at the beginning of the week. I've got a video scheduled for Monday. It's already available for members, but it'll be public on Monday. Uh, don't have anything yet planned or scheduled for Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be midweek news, and then we'll um, figure out what's going on for the rest of the week after midweek news is recorded, which will likely happen tomorrow. Um, I'm trying to get to a point where I'm getting it recorded early, released to members early, and then it just helps me uh, get a little bit of a head start on the week, and that way I can also make the call that if there's some really interesting piece of news, then I can put out a uh, community post or a short about a particular topic, which helps my cause for the content and uh, keeps hopefully keeps people engaged a little bit. So, but hey, it's all good. Um, so um about the other functions and what they mean. Yeah, I can definitely take a look at that. Back from dinner, no worries. Looks like you could do two videos, one simple, including saying about using local, that's simple to use, another video about the more complicated one. Sure. Um, that's absolutely true. I could definitely make that into two videos, especially if I keep them a little bit shorter. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where things are at. I apologize for not having more success with the Docker side of things tonight. This has not been quite the week that I had anticipated it being. So I- I'm I'm just happy people actually showed up for the live stream tonight. But um, yeah, I'm going to be playing with the new website a little bit, and I think I will make that a um, an ongoing topic for the live streams, just to give an update as I'm building that out, and let people preview the progress, and hopefully hopefully, um, that will come together fairly quickly. Ah, hello to David's granddaughter. Your name is Natalie, I believe. You've got a pink PC, I believe. I may have seen a video or two of that. Um, I think your hands were included in the video. uh, what's on tap for the stream tomorrow? I don't have the faintest idea yet. Um, with between the antibiotics and the on and off ibuprofen I've been taking this week, three at a time. I haven't got that far yet. So I haven't got that far yet. What other simple tools are there as video ideas? Yeah, I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas on some things. Um, I've also got a backlog of ideas on my whiteboard, so I could probably just pick one of those and get something prepped for tomorrow night's video. All right, I'm glad you like your pink PC. Uh, Personally, if I were going to do a machine, I would go purple, but and let's see, something in this range right about there, if that's coming up on camera very well. That would be my choice if I were going to do a super cool computer, but I haven't seen too many purple PC cases, so it might be something I'd have to get with a friend of mine and have something custom painted, which I'm not opposed to doing at some point. But um, oh well, I stand corrected. Let's take a look at this real quick. Um, that's kind of cool. That would fit into uh, my environment, all right. Not opposed to that. Um, that's not bad. Um, eBay. Uh, Cooler Master Mini ITX. $31 with $46 in shipping. All right. But it's rare. Um, don't think I'll bid on that one. Um, I don't know. I haven't done like a really fancy case in a while, but I kind of dig that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Got like paint uh, dripping down the side of it, purple and blue. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Oh, it's a case skin. I take that back. Okay. Well, still not the worst thing I've seen. Um, anyway, that's just uh Just a thought. Let's see. Okay, she likes her pink PC. Your purple PC is funny. Well, I've been called worse thing than funny, so I'll take it. I'm okay with that. Been called worse than funny. So, all right. Well, we are at 2 hours and 2 minutes. Does anybody have any final questions? Any final um, comments, suggestions, what have you that we could talk about before we wrap things up for the night? Um, she's giggling. Well, that sounds about right. My nieces giggle a lot too. So uh, you're not tickling her, David, are you? Um, I used to tickle my nieces quite a bit. Um, um, ooh, now that's cool. Take a look at this. It's called Purple Haze. Um, I like that. It looks like it's got a custom water cooler inside with purple fluid. Now that is unique. The case is just your finished metal, probably aluminum by the looks of it, but I definitely like that. Definitely like that one. Let's see. Can I mute tab? I don't want to play the video. I just kind of want to scrub through it. Um, yeah, that's definitely purple fluid in the water pump. That's cool. I kind of dig that one. That's solid. That's solid. Um, now I am. Well, good. um, Purple rain when the water cooler leaks. Well, David's laughing at Joe. Um, anyway, um, I'll figure out that uh the computer case another day. Maybe I'll find something that's purple um and yeah, that's would be kind of unique, I guess. So forgot to say thank you for the advice. The control M worked for getting the menu back. Another video idea about how to find the list for each type. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And this year is shaping up to have a lot of new releases for Linux desktops. So um, pushing through a series of those types of videos and just showing the search for the information for keyboard shortcuts and whatnot might make good um, a good video or series of videos. The was it the other thing I guess we could take a quick look at? Um, Kind of surprised me. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring this up. Um, the video I did on installing um, the open speed test uh, on Docker hasn't made me a lot of money, but it has actually performed better than my last several videos as far as views. So that's making me happy, and it looks like there's a slight uptick happening here at the end. So hopefully it will continue to be a more evergreen type of video, and people will refer back to it. So that I was pretty happy with. Um, we're up to 5,637 subscribers at the moment, and I think 11 members. And just a friendly reminder to learn Blue Iris. You know who you are. If you don't want the 2 memberships, then you know what to do. um, so, but yeah, things seem to be going okay. And once I get back into the swing of things, next week, especially after I get in to see the new dentist. Hopefully, things will pick up the remainder of the month as far as content coming out a little bit faster. And yeah. So, anyways, that's I think everything I wanted to chat about tonight. And yeah, as I get more into the Docker stuff, I will probably do some more videos. I know I've done other videos, and I've used Doc Starter, I've used Yacht and Pertainer, um, and um, I find Doc Starter to be nice for like Raspberry Pi stuff, or if you're running a really low overhead um, Debian VM to run Docker on. Doc Starter can be nice for that. But right now, I'm going to focus on Dockage. And, for my purposes right now, it's meeting my expectations. And I don't know, call me weird, but in the 25 odd years, almost 26 years, I guess, come August, that I've been using Linux. One of the fun parts of it for me is watching new projects develop in front of my eyes. Um, it can be nerve wracking at times, I'll admit, but it is many times fun watching the developers put out enhancements and testing those things and giving feedback, and knowing that the feedback is making a difference. So hopefully people got something out of this tonight. It's been fun hanging out, and um, I'm going to go clear my mind a little bit, and then try to put some sort of idea together for what we're going to do tomorrow night, and see how things go. So, um, yes, I've got one person that's a double member. It's an old an old account when he originally got a membership, and now he's got a membership under his current account. So, um, but we'll get that taken care of, even if I have to nudge him a couple more times. So I don't want to be accused of double dipping, you know. Um, damn, I missed it. We'll have to watch replay. Well, uh, at least with the replay, Terrell, you can watch it at 1.5 speed, and you don't have to spend quite as long listening to me ramble. um, I have to admit I'm guilty of watching other channels on 1.5 speed, and uh just it allows me to get through the videos I want to watch quicker and support those channels, and at the same time it gives me a little bit more time to make my own content. So I view it as a win-win. Plus I'm on YouTube Premium, so the people that I watch still get the perk of me watching as a premium member. How does one become a member on the YouTube mobile app? I guess I'll have to join from the desktop. Uh, Joe, do you know the answer to that question? I'm not sure if I have an answer for that. I can switch users, maybe. Can switch users and let's see. Switch users and mute the phone. Is there a way to do this? Oh, on Android, at the bottom, all the way to the right, next to the chat, the emoji guy on the chat, the little dollar bill thing there. You've got the option of super stickers, super chat, membership, or membership gifting. So I don't know if membership. No, nothing loads when I try to do that, which is interesting. Why would only owned brand accounts can make purchases on YouTube? All right. That's interesting. Maybe that's a desktop only thing. So, but on that note, I only have super chat option on mobile. I guess Apple tries to take their 30% cut, so Google just doesn't allow it on iOS. Gotcha. All right. On that note, thank you everybody for hanging out with me for 2.25 hours. I guess it's been at this point. This has been fun, even if I didn't really get as far into things as I had initially intended. Hopefully somebody got a tidbit out of this somewhere along the line. So on that note, I'm going to let everybody go. Have a good evening. Hopefully some of you will come in tomorrow night at 9:45 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. And take a look at what we're doing tomorrow night. I will probably get that announced either later tonight or tomorrow, and maybe we can get a little bit of a buzz around the topic, whatever it might turn out to be. So, and on that note, thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow night. Have a good one, everybody.